This is about the most clear thing I have ever seen. This is a kind of purplish lavender diamond crystal that is absolutely perfectly flawless throughout, and it is perfectly clear. So very perfectly clear. It's let's see. A lot of diamonds will do that. This is something beyond what I have any words to describe. But that clarity lets you see. See, we can see all the way through to the other side just perfectly. Of course, it warps a little because of the crystal structure in there. Now, these are carbon atoms. That's all that is. It's carbon. And that glow is from carbon-14. That pink glow that you see here. I'll call it lavender. It's pinky, lavendery, purpley kind of something. It's not impurities in the crystal. It's like most rocks. It's the presence of radioactive carbon-14 and the spacing of the carbon atoms, and they have been squashed together, and so diamond forms at different depths, and the deeper they form, the better they are, because the more pressure they're subjected to. And what happens is the carbon, which has 4 electrons in its outer valence orbit, and that's how it interacts with other atoms. And when that pressure squashes them together like this, they can share those 4 outer valence electrons with each other. Carbon, with its 4 electrons, doubled, gives you the 8 that all chemistry is based on, with the stability of everything. They try to get 8 electrons in that outer valence orbit in either the single element, like neon or xenon. Those are noble gases, or in combination, like silicon dioxide. Silicon shares its 4 outer valence electrons with 4 oxygens. Shares a double covalent bond between 4 oxygens. And they share with the next silicon up the line, and that is what creates that crystal structure. This is just carbon, and they've been squashed close enough together to share those outer valence electrons with each other, and it becomes a double covalent bond. It's the strongest bond possible. It's not just known to man, it's the strongest one possible. And carbon crystals are so very, very hard. They are almost indestructible. And that squashing of them together, when light hits something, if it can pass through, it's because those electrons in the outer valence orbit can rise up in energy level and stay there. And it turns out this arrangement of carbon crystals, of carbon atoms, actually amplifies light. It raises it up, and it doesn't come back down. If it comes back down, the thing is opaque, like my fingers. Light hits it, the atoms increase in energy level, and they go up one energy level, and then they drop off, drop back down to the base energy level, and they give off a photon. And that's what makes things look the way they do. That's what they're doing. They're giving off photons and telling you what they are, giving you back information. Okay? And so when light hits something and the energy level goes up, but it doesn't come back down, it's clear. It allows the light to just pass underneath of it. It goes up and bip, you can see right through it. And that's what that is. It's the passage of electromagnetic energy through this crystal, and it is so perfectly clear. Let's see if I can turn my light back on. Nope. Come on. There it is. All right. So look at that. That is really the clearest one I have ever seen. It is remarkable. It is amazing. And we're looking down the z-axis, the three axes of the crystal structure meet at that point. And they meet right over here on the other side too. And so when we spin this around, we can see the four crystal sections of the diamond crystal. They kind of break into four sections along this line and across there. And there's the z-axis. I've got it lined up. And bum, bum, bum. You can see that there's like 4 different views there. So when I cut this one, this is the way I want to cut it. If I cut it this way, all the planes of cleavage, that is the direction of the carbon atoms, they line up in rows and columns, and the rows and columns are all peaked like a mountain, like this, and they're and they're facing down, and so the light bounces off of them. When I put them this way, it catches them. It catches the light, and that's why diamonds light up when we cut them this way. And if you don't cut them this way, they don't light up. They just act like any other rock. And so people thought, it must be quartz, because they didn't know this stuff about crystallization. And they didn't know that diamonds get this big, because the De Beers Corporation would have us believe that only kimberlite diamonds are good diamonds. And that is the sheerest of bullshit. Because this right here is just about one of the finest diamonds on planet Earth. Well, I can't actually get it to sit there anymore. Maybe it'll sit now. And this is the window that I look in to the crystal with. And I can set it down. And there we have it. It's a lovely crystal. This is actually a fairly common shape. Usually they're a little smaller. And they lend themselves to cutting a single brilliant cut diamond right there. I can make this the girdle around the sides here. This will be the table, and this will be the pavilion, and it will be cut exactly the right way, the way it should be, so that it lights up the right way. So, there it is. We're looking in, and it's all lit up because we've got it sitting, looking through the Z-axis. Way cool.